get one right?
Yes.
Oh my God, I got 1 out of 3. That is so good.
It's like when a person...
Okay, give me one more so my percentage goes higher. But I have been a matchmaker for my brother.
Really?
I did, yes. I did set my brother up with his wife. You know what I tell really cute guys that want, they like flirting with you and something? I'm like, listen, I'm not going to hook up with you, but I can be your best wingman ever,
Yeah.
best wing woman. The too hot to handle Brazil version with those really hot Brazilian guys. That's the one I would want to be on. One time when I was in Las Vegas, and all of a sudden I hear my name being called, and I'm like, who's this person? I turned around, and it was a guy. It was a guy that I had previously dated. My husband and I, we talked for a good amount of time before we, really said that, no, we want to just be with each other. I think the way she dresses, how she acts, and, some of the things that she says are just, it's just amazing. It's amazing to watch. It's very natural for you to compare yourself or feel insecure, like, man, I wish I looked like that, or I wish, I didn't just eat that whole pizza pie. They're so fit.
But when are we going to see Kennedy?
ये same question मैं भी पूछ रही हूँ.
Hi Sunny, welcome
Hi.
to News 18.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All good, all good. So, since we're going to be talking about Splitsvilla, I'm going to start with something just to test how strong your hold is over Gen Z relationship lingo.
Okay, I'm not, but okay, let's go.
Let's see. Okay, do you know what is soft launch? Like soft launching your partner on social media. What does it mean?
Like posting them online?
Yeah, not completely, like
Or
just
like-
giving them a hint. Like sometimes we see pictures of 2 hands,
Oh.
like that.
Oh, that's called a soft launch? No, I didn't know. Told you I'm not good at this at all.
You've heard about ghosting, I'm sure, somebody. But what is zombie?
I don't know, like if you delete everything of them on your social media page or something?
No.
Okay.
It's like somebody who has had ghosted you in the past, they come back to you. They come back around all the time.
Oh, that would make them a zombie because they came back from the dead?
Yeah, exactly. See?
Wow.
That one. Okay, the last one. Let's check.
Oh,
What is orbiting?
oh my God. Is that when you are checking somebody's social media page
That is
over and
true.
over again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did I get one right?
Yes.
Oh my God, I got 1 out of 3. That is so good.
It's like when a person...
Okay, give me one more so my percentage goes higher.
But I just had 3. Okay,
Oh,
let's
shit, yeah.
Okay, what is breadcrumbing? Tell
Oh my God, okay, fine. Let's just stop at the
Let's
3
stop.
and I'm good with 33%.
No, great attempt. But have you ever been a love guru in real life to your friends, to your family?
No, I've not been a love girl, but I have been a matchmaker for my brother.
Really?
I did set my brother up with his wife, who they've been happily married, and now are having their second child. So I did good.
I think Sunny should be like the official wing woman for a lot of us.
I like, you know what I tell really cute guys that they like flirting with you and something? I'm like, listen, I'm not going to hook up with you, but I can be your best wingman ever,
Yeah.
best wing woman.
How lovely. But this is like your technically 10th year with Splitsvilla.
I think next year is 10.
Because it says that 2014 was the time when you first became a part of
What did I start? 7? GT? 7 से शुरू किया ना? Splitsvilla?
Yeah, the year was 2014 according to what's available online.
So I think this was a completion of 9.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be unless it's 10. I don't know.
It is almost, let's say, close to a decade.
Yeah.
How has the journey been with Splitsvilla?
Oh, it's been absolutely amazing. Every single year, the contestants are obviously different. They have different life perspectives. Their journeys in life are different, how they got to Splitsvilla, their entire process. So this year is no exception. And this year we also added in their exes, which was really like dropping a bomb in Splitsvilla.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it was literally like a bomb got dropped in our dumping zone, and there was a huge fight that night. And I believe they only showed a very small percentage of what actually had happened. So it was very interesting night. It was not fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. But hypothetically speaking, if you were not married, if you didn't have a partner, and somebody reached out to you to be a contestant on the show, would you?
Maybe. I think like it's definitely something interesting for young people. But I would want to be on like the too hot to handle Brazil version with those really hot Brazilian guys. That's the one I would want to be on.
Lovely. I think it would be fun seeing you in Splitsvilla fighting, you know.
Let me just say, for any female who's single to go on some show like Too Hot to Handle, but the Brazil version or the Australian version, it's like to die for.
But have you ever been stuck in an awkward situation with an ex? Like maybe at an elevator when you didn't see it coming. Has it ever happened?
No, not with an ex. There was one time when I was in Las Vegas, and all of a sudden I hear my name being called, and I'm like, who's this person? I turned around, and it was a guy that I had previously dated before I came into entertainment. So it was kind of like, oh my God, I don't want to talk to that guy. This is so awkward. And then we just disappeared.
But are you friends with your exes?
No, I'm not friends with my exes, no.
So during the show, when we often see you giving some tips to the contestants, you know, be it, you know, of course, in terms of the relationship, how to navigate all of that. Have you ever picked up something that you said to a contestant and actually applied it in real life when you're having an argument with Daniel, perhaps?
No, not really. I think a lot of the things that these young people are going through, especially on the show, are things that I've already worked out in my life already. And they're so young, they're still figuring themselves out. And they're young, they're beautiful, they're sexy, they want to date people, they want to get to know other people. So that is something that I've already figured out in my life already. So not really, I don't think so.
No. Okay. But what do you think has been the most dramatic season ever?
I think this is one of the most dramatic. Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. Because we added this element of the exes, and it literally, there were certain moments where you are literally watching, either it's a boy or a girl, their heart is breaking in front of you. And those emotions are very real. And you can't help but feel for, you know, some of the situations. And there have been, you know, times or things that have been happening where you feel so bad, because in normal circumstances, you wouldn't be confronted with an ex you had either a traumatic experience with, or it was a relationship that was very toxic, or, you know, it's just a relationship that just didn't work out and didn't end on great terms. So usually in life, as in our human nature, is not to revisit trauma, or it's not to revisit something that we've gone through that was hurtful. We want to move on from those things. So I think in that way, it was very, very difficult for some of the contestants. And then there were a few contestants where we really did bring them back together. And we really did help them either bring closure so that they could either move on or that they could get back together without all the nonsense that happens around us in our regular world, whether it's our family, our friends, social media, or just outside forces that really do hinder your relationship with a certain person. So we were able to eliminate those things and let two people actually come back together and talk to each other, work things out between each other, forgive each other. And hopefully when they went back home, they were able to amend things that, you know, happened between their families or between, you know, certain people. So it was like a give and take, like there was a positive and there was a negative.
Do you think that it has become more difficult to find love today because there are so many more options? You know, there are dating apps where you can find people at the tip of a finger. Do you think it's more difficult to find love?
Some of these things that are out there, some of the tools that are out there to meet people, doesn't make it easier to get to know someone because you're cyber stalking them basically and figuring out this person that you're going to meet, or you met them once and now you're seeing their posts, seeing what they write, seeing their pictures. So you're already forming all these judgments before you can even get to know somebody. And I do think that it's a little bit difficult. One of the things that I learned on Splitsvilla is even though each year it's a different style of dating or different generation of how people meet, the basics are always still the same.
Right.
You want to feel special as a girl or a guy. You want to know that you're the only one that they like. Even though they say that, no, we want an open relationship. No, I want to date people. But when you're put in a situation without your phones and TV and outside forces, you still go back to those roots of how you meet somebody and talk to them, get to know them in certain challenges and how you work well together. It's almost like, you know, team building, couple building, all wrapped in Splitsvilla.
But is there a sense of relief, however, that you actually went through this courtship period, not now, but maybe years back? Because right now the situation is quite tricky.
Yeah, I think that it definitely is tricky. My husband and I, we talked for a good amount of time before we, you know, really said that, no, we want to just be with each other. And it happened naturally. It wasn't like we had to have a sit-down conversation saying that, no, I want to be exclusive to you. It was just that, no, we are exclusive to each other. So I think it's a little bit different now.
I'm sure, yeah. Uorfi Javed is again, you know, a part of this.
Our
season.
mischief maker.
Yes, absolutely. What's your thought on Uorfi? You know, she, I think, has literally, much like you, carved a path for herself. You know, she did not have a godfather in the industry. Currently, you know, she's one of our biggest social media sensations. You know, she's always in news. Her clothes are much talked about. What's your, you know, conversations with her like?
I think she's amazing. I think bringing her back on Splitsvilla as our official mischief maker really did add a different element because even in the beginning of the show, before both houses, like the exes house and then the Splitsvilla was merged together, she was there with the exes collecting information or, you know, providing information to the exes to see, like, this is what this one's doing and everything. I think that she really did add in her own element as, you know, being our mischief maker, and it really did work wonders.
Right. And what's your thought on how she dresses herself?
I love it. I think the way she dresses, how she acts, and, you know, some of the things that she says are it's just amazing. It's amazing to watch.
So I think Urvashi Rotela is also, you know, we saw her right in this season. I remember, you know, Sunny, this was a few years back, there was an article that actually pitted you and her against each other, saying that, you know, who is going to be the next big, you know, dancer, you know, this dancing queen.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as we know you have always been very comfortable in your own skin. You know, your competition has never been with other women, other girls. Sometimes, have you ever felt insecure, you know, because this industry can make you?
Of course, I'm a human being. When I see certain things, or I see a song in there, or I see, you know, different films or something, or even seeing, you know, pictures online, it's very natural for you to compare yourself or feel insecure, like, man, I wish I looked like that, or I wish, you know, I didn't just eat that whole pizza pie. They're so fit. Or, you know, there's all sorts of little things that go through our mind. And I don't think that it's a celebrity thing. I think it's a generational thing where we really do see certain things on social media and we forget that half of it, or if not more than half, is fictional. And, you know, we've created this illusion of what we should be like, and that can become very difficult sometimes for people, even for myself.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, last year you were at Cannes, for Kennedy. Did you miss being there this time around?
I don't know if it's missed. The way that I see it is, I was there with a purpose, and our film was selected, and we really were a part of the festival in a way that only you wish you could be. And that dream was definitely fulfilled, of walking that red carpet and being there for my film, showcasing it. It was shown to about 2,500 people in one auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that energy is something that you cannot even explain unless you are there. So I'm really happy that my moment there was so special.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever be able to replace that. Even if I went back there again and I was just there to walk a red carpet, for brand building or there for a certain company, I don't think that you can ever recreate certain moments, and that was very special.
Right. But when are we going to see Kennedy?
Yeah, same question मैं भी पूछ रही हूँ. We're hoping that it'll get released really soon.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. But Sunny, before I let you go, I would want to play a quiz with you.
Okay,
And
I'm very bad at this. Just like in the beginning of our interview.
This is not GK. This is like
Okay.
you tell your opinions on certain things. Okay. Let's start with this. Have you ever checked your partner's phone?
I've not checked Daniel's phone. No.
Never.
No, I don't need to.
Okay, great. Okay, what's your thought on dating apps?
I think dating apps are great and bad all at the same time.
Yeah. Did you
It's
ever
very difficult because you're meeting people, and again, you're looking through somebody's entire history before you even meet them. So that whole process of getting to know each other, you've already formed your opinion before you even sit down.
That is true. Have you ever been to a blind date?
I have been on a blind date.
How was that?
And did not end well. It was not fun.
Okay, a relationship deal breaker for you.
A relationship deal breaker for me is somebody who doesn't have like a good relationship, I think, with their mother. Not because if something happened in their family life that made that happen, then that's a completely different story. I'm talking about the norm of people who, if they respect their mother, I am so happy. And if they don't, and I hear them saying such bad things about them, that's a red flag for me. Now, if there's trauma that has happened because of something that's happened inside the home, that's completely different.
Right.
I just want to clarify.
No, absolutely. I get it. Okay. One thing about modern dating that you just can't wrap your head around.
It would be this, dating app, like cyber stalking.
Yeah, okay. Rate Sunny Leone, the girlfriend, and Sunny Leone, the wife, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, I think Sunny Leone, the girlfriend, was a lot more adventurous, so I'd give her a 9. And now, I mean, I don't know, I'm a little bit more conservative than I was before, so maybe an 8? I have no idea. You have to ask my husband.
Yeah, actually, okay. I think also motherhood sometimes, sort of pacifies you down a little bit, I think.
Well, it definitely makes you think differently about your choices of whether you're going to go out and get completely sloshed and then, wait a second, I have to wake up for school tomorrow. So let me just tone down the sloshing and know that I have to get up super early tomorrow.
Okay. 2 things you think men should really keep in mind before approaching a woman.
2 things. One would be to understand chivalry, because even though we all believe in, equal pay and equal this and that, there's something about a man who on a first date pays for your dinner, which is very nice. It just gives you that vibe that they care, and, unless you have that agreement to begin with. And the second thing would be hygiene.
That's very
Please
important.
take care of hygiene.
That's very important. Okay. What's your thought? What's your take on an open relationship?
I think an open relationship for myself is not something that I would ever want. But I do believe that if you're a couple out there who is okay with an open relationship, then hey, go for it. You know, I mean, if you are okay with it, then it's amazing.
Right. To each their own.
Yeah.
Okay. Just last two. One misconception that you think men have about women, the biggest misconception.
I don't know. I don't know if we live in that world anymore.
We do actually.
We do. So you'd have to tell me, what is the biggest misconception of girls right now, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think they always expect girls, you know, to behave a certain way.
When you say behave, what do you mean by
I'm saying,
behave?
you know, what starts off as fun and adventurous for men. You know, for instance, this girl, oh wow, I like how unhinged she is. Once they get into a relationship, that becomes like a red flag for the men.
They want to be hinged. They want the girl to be back to being hinged.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But men also change this way. You know, the guy that you meet when you first date them, they want to go out, they're spontaneous, they send you flowers, they do this, they do that. Then once they have you, that sometimes ends. And that's a big problem for girls because you're like, well, you used to be like this and you used to be like that. So that could go both ways.
Okay, the last one before we get thrown out of here. Well, sorry. Yeah, what's your mantra to keep a marriage going?
My mantra to keep a marriage. I don't know. It's just going. I think it has to do with respect and you might not agree with everything always, which is bound to happen. But it's how you respect each other to come to certain conclusions. And there are going to be times where you have to say, well, we're just going to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And leave it at that. And you have to be okay with it, like picking and choosing your battles.
Absolutely. Great. Well, on that note, thank you so much for being such a
Thank you.
sport and for being fun. I'm looking forward to what we see you next in.
Where are we going to see you? There's End of Splitsvilla,
Yeah.
and then there's a couple of films that'll come out this year.
Great, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Sunny Leone, and you're watching me on News 18.